to STEM School. We've done indices 1.3, 1.31, and 1.32. We'll be doing Surds 1.41 and 1.42. We'll be looking at laws of Surds and exercises. Surds 1.4. Surds are expressions with irrational squares roots in them. So the lesson objective today is to be able to simplify expressions containing surds and rationalize denominators. Irrational numbers are numbers that can't be written as a fraction, such as pi or root 2. Rational numbers are the opposite. Rational numbers are numbers that can be expressed as a fractions, such as p over q, where p and q are integers. Q is never equal to 0. So that's the recall there. And let's talk more about surds. I'm going to bring in my calculator. Right. The reason why we said a surd is our expressions with irrational square roots in them. The irrational part is because you will get continuous decimal and you cannot get exact value. For instance, if I do the square root, so I'm going to put this on, and you can see there it's on. So I'm doing the square root of 2, the square root, and I'll put 2 there. So square root of 2 is still root 2. If I use the SD conversion, I will get a continuous decimal. So I will never get exact value in decimal. The value just continues forever. And that's why it's irrational, because the value just continues forever. If I do square root of 9, will that be a surd? Well, that's a whole number. So root of 9 is 3. So that is not a surd, it's just a number. So a surd are square root of numbers that gives continuous decimal. Never stop. So you can't get the exact value. The only way to get the exact value is to write them as surd. So I'm going to write root of 2 is 1.4. Let's do that again just to check. Square root of 2, convert standard to decimal. So that'll be 1.4142, and it goes on. So that's this bit here is called root of 2 itself is exact value, but the decimal part is not exact because you can just round it up to some value. So this part here is not exact, but that part is exact. So sometimes we have to leave the answer in, if the question asks you to leave the answer as exact, then you have to leave it in surd. You do not use the decimal part because the decimal is never going to be exact because it goes on forever. So root of 2 is a surd. It's irrational number. Pi is irrational, but pi is not surd. So surd has to have root, square root in them. So let's look at root of 27. Well, so root of 27, if you press clear the screen, square root of 27, I get 3 root 3. So that gives us 3 root of 3, which means that if I press standard decimal, I get 5.1 more. So that's 5.1961, and it goes on forever. So this is the exact value, and this is the value that is not exact. So that's exact and not exact. So that's why when they ask you to leave your answer in exact value, you have to basically leave it in surd. Okay, right. So now we've understood what surds are. They are expressions with irrational square roots. The reason why the word irrational means that you will always get continuous decimal, and the only way to express them is to leave them in surd, because irrational is a continuous decimal which can't be written as a fraction.